The rain pounded against the window like 1,000 accusing fingers as Sarah stared at the crumpled note in her hand. He's lying. Get out before he kills you. Her heart slammed in her chest, the words blurring through tears. But Mark was downstairs humming softly while making dinner, the same man who'd whispered "I love you" just hours ago. How could this be real? It started innocently enough 6 months back in the bustling streets of New York. Sarah, a graphic designer with a coffee addiction and a string of bad dates, bumped into Mark at a crowded cafe. Literally, her latte spilled across his crisp white shirt, and instead of anger, he laughed, a deep, genuine sound that cut through the city's noise. "Well, that's one way to make an impression," he said, his blue eyes twinkling. She apologized profusely, offering to pay for dry cleaning, but he waved it off. "How about you buy me a replacement coffee instead?" That coffee turned into lunch, then dinner. Then weekends tangled in sheets at his loft overlooking Central Park. Mark was everything she'd dreamed of. Charming, successful as a tech entrepreneur, with a smile that could disarm anyone. He listened to her ramble about her designs, surprised her with rooftop picnics, and held her through nightmares from her parents' messy divorce. "You're safe with me," he'd say, pulling her close. For the first time, Sarah felt seen, cherished. Love bloomed fast, fierce, like a wildfire in dry grass. But cracks appeared subtly at first. A locked drawer in his study that he dismissed as old work stuff. Phone calls he took in hushed tones, stepping outside. And the dreams, vivid flashes of a woman screaming, blood on marble floors, that woke her sweating. Mark soothed her, blaming stress from her job. "Let me take care of you," he'd murmur, his hands gentle on her back. Then came the trip to his family's cabin in the Adirondacks. A romantic getaway, he called it, packing wine and her favorite chocolates. The drive was idyllic, leaves turning gold under an autumn sun. But as they arrived, a chill settled. The cabin was isolated, miles from cell service, surrounded by dense woods that whispered secrets in the wind. That first night, fire crackling in the hearth, they made love under a quilt his grandmother had sewn. "Marry me," Mark whispered afterward, his breath hot against her ear. Overwhelmed, Sarah laughed it off. "We've only known each other 6 months. But his eyes darkened for a split second, a shadow she dismissed as the flickering flames. The note appeared the next morning, slipped under the bathroom door while she showered. No signature, just those terrifying words in shaky handwriting. Her mind raced. Who could have left it? The cabin was locked tight. She confronted Mark over breakfast, her voice trembling. "What is this?" He read it, his face paling, then crumbling into concern. "Sarah, baby, this must be a prank. Maybe kids from the nearby town." But his grip on the paper tightened, knuckles white. Doubt gnawed at her. That afternoon, while he hiked for firewood, she searched the cabin. In the attic, buried under dusty boxes, she found a photo album. Pictures of Mark with another woman, blonde, like her, same build, same smile. They looked happy, arms wrapped around each other in places she'd been with him. That same cafe, Central Park, the last photo, the woman in a wedding dress. Beaming at Mark, scribbled on the back, "Elena, forever mine. Until death." Her stomach dropped. Elena, the name echoed in her nightmares. Rushing downstairs, she grabbed her keys, but Mark blocked the door, axe in hand from chopping wood. "Going somewhere?" His voice was calm, too calm. The axe gleamed under the light. "Who is Elena?" she demanded, backing away. He sighed, setting the axe down gently. "My wife." "Was my wife?" The confession spilled out like poison. Elena had died 2 years ago. Suicide, he claimed, after a fight. But the police report she'd glimpsed online once, why hadn't she dug deeper? Hinted at foul play, though never proven. "I loved her, Sarah, but she wasn't you. You're different. You're real." Terror surged. "The note, did you write it? To scare me into staying?" He stepped closer, eyes pleading. "No, I think someone from her family. They've been harassing me. Please, believe me." But as thunder cracked outside, Sarah's phone buzzed, miraculous signal in the storm. A text from an unknown number. "Elena's sister here." He pushed her off that cliff. Proof attached, a video link. She clicked, heart pounding. Grainy footage, Mark and Elena arguing on a ledge, his hand shoving her into the abyss. Mark lunged for the phone, but she dodged, bolting for the door. Rain soaked her as she ran into the woods, branches whipping her face. He chased, calling her name, Sarah, It's not what it looks like. Tripping over roots, she hid behind a tree, breath ragged. Sirens wailed in the distance. Had the sister called the cops? Hours later, in a police station, wrapped in a blanket, Sarah learned the truth. The video was real. Mark confessed, broken. I didn't mean to. She was leaving me. I panicked. But in his cell, he whispered to his lawyer, I loved them both. Love makes you do crazy things. Sarah rebuilt her life in a quiet Brooklyn apartment, therapy sessions unraveling the trauma. Yet late at night, she wondered if love was ever safe. Until she met Alex at that same cafe, a kind barista with no secrets, no shadows. Their first date, coffee, no spills. But as he smiled, she felt it again, that spark. Cautious but alive. Love, she realized, was a risk worth taking. Even after the fall,